Hi, I'm Barbara Eden, and you're watching Retro TV Rewinds.
Hi everyone, welcome to Retro TV Rewind. So today I'm joined by a true Hollywood icon and legend. You will best know her from her portrayal of Jeannie on the hit television series I Dream of Jeannie. I'm very excited to welcome the incredibly talented and very beautiful Barbara Eden. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you?
Oh, thank you, Nora. Happy to be here.
So thank you so much for joining me. I'm very happy to have you here. Very excited. So it is coming up in just a few days, the 60th anniversary of I Dream of Jeannie. How does it feel to be celebrating 60 years of such just an incredible, iconic show and character?
Well, it's wonderful, but I can't believe it. I can't believe it's been that long. I know. I feel like it was just maybe 10 years ago or something, but I have to face reality.
Well, yes, I mean, time goes very quickly. So honestly, 1965 doesn't sound like that long ago, really. And how did the opportunity to play the role of Jeannie come about?
Well, I had been looking in the trades as we actors do, and I read about this part and the fact that they were looking for someone, but they were also testing all the Miss Middle East beauty contestants, even Italy, Miss Italy, Miss Lebanon, Miss Greece. Um, and I thought, well, all these tall, gorgeous brunettes, they don't want me. And my agent sent me a script. I read it. He called me and said, "Do you like the script?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I do. Of course I do." And he said, "Well, they've offered you, they want you to do it." So I said, "Well, do they know what I look like?" you know? He said, "Well, I think they do if they've made the offer." So I had a meeting with Sidney Sheldon, and that's how I got the part.
Oh, that's amazing. And I mean, you're absolutely stunning. I don't think anyone else could have played the role of Jeannie the way you did. You're just incredible. You're so funny. You did such an amazing job. So I couldn't see anyone else in that role. So they made the right decision.
Thank you.
And Larry Hagman, he was your co-star and he was also your good friend. What's your fondest memory of him?
Of Larry Hagman,
Mhm.
he was a very sweet soul, um, a troubled one in many ways, but wonderful, wonderful to work with. Uh, and I think we had a little connection there. It never seemed like we were acting. It was just conversation. It was just us.
Yeah.
It was great to work with. He really was.
Oh, that's lovely. And obviously, later on, again, you did work together on Dallas for a few episodes as well. How was that kind of working together quite a few years later, and
But
such a different dynamic and different characters?
well, at the beginning, it was a little odd, um, especially since the first thing I did was walk out of an elevator, and Larry was ostensibly in the hall of the building. But the minute the elevator doors opened, he went, "I don't believe this," and he turned around and walked away. So, but because it was just like my coming out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Um, it was great. I loved working with him, and we did a film before Dallas together. Um, he was just we were made for each other. I think, as far as acting is concerned,
Oh, that's
even
so
if she was Leanne de la Vega and got him good, that's a whole
yeah.
different person.
Yes, that was a whole other drama, but but it was wonderful to see you both together again. I think fans of the show would would have been so happy to see you, even if it's in such a different dynamic.
Yes.
And going back to Jeannie, the most one of the most iconic things about Jeannie is her arm crossing and blink. How did you come up with the idea for that movement?
No, actually, I didn't. Our director, Gene Nelson, at the time, came up with a blink, but I felt it wasn't strong enough for film. No one would know what I was doing if I was just dee.
Yeah.
So I decided to do the head nod and the arms, which of course are classic.
Yeah. And did you expect it to become such an iconic thing and for people to love it? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people come up to you and ask you to do it. I know you've mentioned in other interviews. Did you think it would become such a huge thing?
No, I wasn't even thinking about that. It was that was it was just part of what I was doing
Yeah.
to be the character. Yeah.
And do you have a personal favorite episode from the show? One that you particularly may have enjoyed filming or the storyline?
Yeah, I would say the first one, the
Mhm.
first film, where they meet each other on the beach. I think it was well written and well shot, and yeah, I
And
like that.
And in that episode, when you're on the beach and you first meet Larry Hagman's character, you're speaking in Farsi, I believe.
Oh
Um,
yes. Oh.
so I've read, and I don't know. You can confirm this for me because in later episodes, we see you like I kind of mentioned to you before about you're singing in Arabic, like when you're in the kitchen. Were you originally supposed to be speaking Arabic, or was it always going to be Farsi?
I I think I think that was not intended. The Farsi was for the pilot, and
Mhm.
I don't think at that time um, they were quite ignorant about the Middle East.
I
At
see.
least they didn't know that Farsi would not be the language for. Um, well, I just felt it was Arabic. Of course, at the time I was married to a Lebanese, so I knew like 5 or 6 words that I could use.
Well, you did a great job. I mean, your accent and everything was really great. I think you did a great job when you were speaking. It was really
Thank you.
great. And another character you play as well in I Dream of Jeannie is your evil sister.
Oh
And
yes, darling.
we love her, but we obviously also hate her. She's one of those characters. What was it like? Did you enjoy being able to play such a different version, essentially, of yourself?
Oh, I had a great time, darling. Now that you ask, anything else you want to ask me? I'm here.
She is such a wonderful character, and it's done so well as well, considering the time, the effects. It's done very realistically, and I've seen behind the scenes photos. Was Did you have a body double with you for those scenes when you were talking with yourself?
Yes, yes, they did. You mean for the bad genie and the good genie?
Yes.
Yeah, we would do what they call a split screen,
Hmm.
and her back would be to the camera usually, and I would be looking at the double, and then
Yeah.
they'd cut it, and she'd go to the other side, and we'd switch places. You never saw her face,
Mhm.
but she looked a lot like me, a lot like me from the back.
And one of the outfits just gorgeous. I love your look as well. I really personally I love your look as Jeannie's evil sister. I think you just look so beautiful. It's just such a different look with the dark hair and the green, and I think you look so beautiful in both. Did you ever get to keep any? I know you have the bottle. You got to keep the bottle, but did you ever get to keep either of the outfits?
Yes, I have one of the outfits, but I had
Oh,
two of them. But
mhm.
I donated the one outfit and the bottle. I no longer have the bottle. That's at the
Oh,
Smithsonian.
oh, that's amazing. That's such an incredible piece to have. Is there anything else from the set that you wanted to take but didn't get to?
No, no, actually it wasn't. And I wouldn't have taken the bottle either, except that someone came up to me and had it all wrapped up in a towel, and they said, "You should have this. You should have this." And I thought, "Okay, I'll have it." I'm so happy that they did that.
No, it's such an amazing piece to have. I think it's wonderful they did that because a lot of times I think there's a lot of people who work in film and you don't always get to take things home. So that's just such a special thing to have, and I think it's wonderful. And now other people can also appreciate it as well now that it's at the Smithsonian.
Yes.
And we have to mention, you yourself are a Hollywood legend, of course, but you've worked also with other incredible legends like Elvis and Lucille Ball. And your when you were on I Love Lucy, that was quite a big moment for you, a big introduction. What was your experience like working with Lucille Ball?
It was wonderful. She was just, she couldn't have been nicer to me. Um, she knew, I was new in the business when I did that. I was very young. Um, I had already tested at Fox, and I was waiting to get the yay or nay from Fox Studios if they were going to put me under contract. Um, and she asked me, she said she would like to have me under contract because I was funny and still I was a blonde and curvy. So um, I was very excited about that. I thought, that would be wonderful. But while I was shooting there, I got the phone call from Fox and they picked up my, contract. So I couldn't be with her. But she was wonderful.
No, it's such a great episode that you're in, and your character is just so funny when you walk into the room and all the men are just in awe of you and your beauty, and it's such a great episode, and
Well,
you
they were wonderful. Those men, they were all different
yeah.
types, different personalities. They were terrific. Yeah.
What was the experience like on the set as well? Were the men were they just in awe of you when like
Oh
genuinely when
no.
they
Oh
saw you?
no. No, we were doing our job. Acting is a job,
Yeah.
and they were very nice. Everyone was lovely. Yeah.
And kind of going back to Jeannie and fashion's such a big part of the show, and Jeannie has so many incredible outfits and her style is incredible. Did you ever have any input into what you got to wear on the show? Was any of it ever your own personal wardrobe?
The As far as the wardrobe went in the show, I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. I just put on whatever they wanted me to when it was Western garb. But the very beginning, the woman who designed the genie costume talked to me for a long time and found out that I liked pink. And she let me have a lot to say about that costume. She was wonderful. I think her name was Wakeling, her last name. Uh, and she had an Academy Award, not for my show, but for a film.
That's great that you got to have some input into that outfit because you wore it pretty much for 5 years straight. So it's nice that you got to choose kind of have that input and be happy with what
Yes.
you were wearing. And did you expect I Dream of Jeannie to become just this huge, have this huge legacy and to resonate with audiences to this day?
Mm, no, no. It never occurred to me. First of all, I was working on other things other than Jeannie while I was doing Jeannie. I would, during our break, I would either be singing in Vegas or I would be touring with the theater. Um, so and then I'd go back to Jeannie and do her for a while. But I never in a million years expected that it would still be around in 60 years, you know. And, but it makes me feel very good. Uh, I, I love, I love getting fan mail from like Moscow, um, and Italy and France, UK, a lot from the UK, um, Japan and China. I mean, it's such a varied audience there. Uh, and that's fun. That's kind of fun. I love reading because the letters are so well written,
Mhm.
and it's fun.
Can you recall kind of a memorable encounter you've had with a fan?
Oh, well, yes, I can. Only it was a child,
Oh,
and at the time, my son was like 2 years old, and I was at the market, and I had him in the when you push the
yeah.
carts. He
Mhm.
was sitting there right in front of me. And I came around the corner, and here was this little girl dressed, and I think it was a Catholic school um, clothing on, and her little brother. And she turned, took one look at me, and said, "Turn him into a frog." And that poor little boy, wah! He knocked the cans down. Meanwhile, my son was just sucking his thumb and watching it all.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, that poor little boy. That is funny. Oh, that's very sweet though. That's nice as well. You have so many, you have all ages, they watch I Dream of Jeannie, not just adults, kids, teenagers,
Yeah.
everyone. It's wonderful. It's really lovely to know that.
Yeah.
And can you tell us, how do you stay so incredibly beautiful? I mean, you just look amazing. You just honestly, you look incredible. What is your secret? What
You're
what do you
very, you're very kind. You're very kind.
true? It's
I'm
very
just
true.
living my life the way I guess I was meant to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't. I don't actually. My mother taught me moderation in all things. So
Mhm.
that's about the story of what I eat and what I do. For a
Yeah.
long time, I worked out in the gym, and I think that helped me a
Mhm.
lot. I don't do it now, but I did then.
And what did you actually quite curious, what did you do at the time? What was your kind of workout routine? What kind of training would you do?
Well, I would do an hour of spinning. That's the bicycle classes with the music and going at it. And then
Yeah.
after I was through with that, I would move on to um, oh God, a trainer, and I would be lifting. I lifted like 15 pounds.
Okay.
Uh, but that's good for your bones.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's what people need to do then. If we want to be like you, we need to spin and lift weights. That's what we need to do.
But they were back to back. I'd go in and that would be 3 times a week.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's why you look so incredible and so fit. I mean, that's hard training. That's not easy to do, especially
Well, it was
spinning.
quite a while ago, though. I've stopped.
Well, that's still amazing, regardless. At any age, training and working out is not easy. So that's what everyone
But
needs
it's
to
so
do.
good for you. So
It
good for you.
It is. It is. It's wonderful. It really is. There's nothing like the feeling you have after you've accomplished a workout.
Yeah. But they've had studies,
Mhm.
about this, and the more we move and use our body, the better we will feel and be and
Yeah.
look.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. I
yeah.
agree. I agree. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to have this chat with me. I really appreciate it. It's such an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I'm just such a big fan. I love and adore you, so it's just amazing.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.